Hello friend, let us move on the formulation of the element stiffness matrix for the CST1. That one is the constant strain triangle. Now probably this formulation is the longest formulation, or this derivation is the longest derivation in a total subject. So that this total formulation I have divided into the 4 videos, and in every video we need to go for a certain step, and later on finally we are deriving the element stiffness matrix in a fourth video. So why I am dividing this all the videos into the 4, because many times they are asking in an examination details about the every step um, in a formulation or the derivation of the constant strain triangle. Now what is meant by the constant strain triangle, it you know very well. Now this is the constant strain triangle. So if this is my plate, if this is the plate and this plate is divided into this triangle, so this one is the IJM. So this is my constant strain triangle I have selected for the studies. Now whenever we are using the such type of the plates, that time we are using the maximum distortion energy criteria for the failure. So what it suggests, that it one is suggesting that it fails when it reaches to the 1 minus stresses. Whenever the stresses when this one is the force is applied, this is the traction force, this is the traction force. So you know the different types of the forces occurs on a plate. So one is the point load, this is the point load. Then second one is a traction load, so this is the traction force. So whenever any plate is passing through such a force structure, that time it may fail at a stress when it reaches to the 1 minus stresses. So this is the 1 minus means the maximum distortion energy criteria for the failure. Now let us move on. Consider the first of all the select the element. So let us take as I have shown you the triangular element. So that triangular element we have taken for the studies. So this is the I, this one is the J, and this one is the M. So along it, the coordinates for all the triangle. Now this one is the x-axis, this is my x-axis, and this is my y-axis. So along x-axis and y-axis I am writing the coordinates of I, J, M. So along x, I coordinates are xi, yi. For j coordinate, the the coordinates are xj, yj, and the point M, the coordinates are xm, yj. Now the displacement. So at the I point, or the node, at I node, along the x-axis displacement is ui, and along the y-axis displacement is vi. Along at the node J, the displacement along x-axis is uj, and the displacement along y-axis is the vj. Similar way, along at the node M, along x-axis the displacement is um, and along y-axis the displacement is vm. So I need to keep keep a labeling in a right way. If I'm making the mistakes into the labeling, then there is a possibility of a lot mistake. So what here I did, that when I'm given the labeling, I write this one is the I, this is the J node, and this is the M node. If I make the mistake that instead of writing here I'm writing that is here M, then here J, and here I, then there is a lot possibilities of the lot mistake, and ultimately we could not be solve the problem in a right way. So that you will take, you need to write a proper sequence for writing the node names. So I, J, M, and the coordinates, as well as this one are the displacement, that is u, v, and this one and vj, or the uj, and the vm, are the displacement along the x and y axis at a particular nodes. So let us take this one as the basic triangular element for the study. Now nodal displacement. So nodal displacement, you knows this one along the I axis, I, J, M. So displacement at the node I, at the j, and at the m node is equal to, this one is the displacement matrix. I have already shown you that displacement along the x-axis is u and along y-axis is v, along v. Now this one is the displacement at the I node, displacement at the j node, displacement at the m node. So this is the singular matrix. I am developing a nodal displacement matrix, that is nodal displacement matrix. Nodal displacement means node at I, node at j, node at m is equal to, this is my nodal displacement matrix. So this is the nodal displacement matrix, that is ui, vi, uj, vj, vm, vm is my nodal displacement matrix. Now select the displacement function. So you know, if I am considering the linear displacement function, then uxi is equal to a1 plus a2x plus a3y, then v is equal to a4 plus a5x plus a6y. So this one is the my where u, x, y and vy is the described displacement at the any interior point of the xi, yi of the element. Then this linear function ensures the compatibility, because it one is satisfying the constant term and the other parameters. So this is my constant term is considered, this one is the x along x-axis and along y-axis. Here also this is the constant term, so that I am satisfying my compatibility law and compatibility requirement, so that I am moving, I am able to write this general displacement function, that is psi is equal to that is a1 plus a2x plus a3y a4y. This is the displacement function. So from this one I am selecting that a1 a2, selecting the outside, and the remaining terms, that is this is 1, this is x, and this is the y. So this one is converted into the matrix forms very easily. That one is the 1 x y 0 0 0 0 0 0 1 x y, and this is a1 a2 a3 a4 a5 and a6. This one is to be considered in a general displacement function. So psi is my general displacement function is written through the my general linear displacement function into the matrix form is this one. Now we are moving on the next one. So by substituting the values of the u, v and um, vm, vj, vm, all these one, I would be write this one into this format. So this is my the linear parameters, and this one I am writing into a very simple format, that when just to obtain the age, I am interested now just to find out the what is the values of the age with respect to this one. So I am developing my matrix, that is the ui, uj, um is equal to ui, uj is equal to a1 a1x plus a2 xy a2y. So you can see here from this one, that is u, this is my linear equation, um is my linear equation, and u j is my linear equation. So this is the one, this is a1 a2 and a3, this is a1 a2 a3. So here remaining is 1, this is xi, and this is yy. So that here I am able to write my general displacement function, that is ui, uj, um is equal to, this one is the 1 xi xj, 1 xj yj, 1 xm ym, and this one is the my a1 a2 and a3. So my, if I am interested to calculate this one, so this is the x inverse of this one multiplied by u, that is the displacement function, so that I can, we will very easily calculate the value of a. So this, once I am calculating this a, now there is a need just to find out the my x inverse. How to find out this x inverse? There is a rule, that is a inverse. So this is the matrix. Whenever we are interested to find out the inverse of any matrix, we need to use this formula, that is C transpose cofactor transpose divided by determinant of A. Determinant of A. Now how to find out this C cofactor transpose? So whenever we are going for finding the cofactor, that time we need to use this formula, that is minus 1 to the power I plus into j, I plus j into minor of day. This is not a determinant, this is the minor of remaining field, minor minor of a particular point. So this figure, that is minus 1 to the power ij. So I is, if I am interested to calculate at this point, so this is my I alpha 1 1, this is beta 1 1, alpha 1 1, this is beta 1 2, this is the gamma 1 3. So 1 1 whole square, that is the plus value. So this one is the plus, this is minus, this is plus, because this one is the term is minus 1 1, then the square, then the 1 plus 2, this is the third cube, and minus 1 3, then that one is also a 4. So this is the plus value. So minus value to the power 4 is plus, minus 1 to the power 3 is minus. So I'm writing this one is here, that is this r, this value plus minus minus, then this one is the minus plus minus and plus minus minus. So these values I am putting here. Then I need to find out the minor of this one. So finding the minor, that very easy. If this is my first part, this is my first part, so I need to remove these two terms, this remove to this term. So this multiplication and this multiplication is my minor, is my minor. So whenever I am interested to find out the any type of the inverse of any matrix, then I need to use this formula. So from this expression, when I'm coming to this position, I am interested to find out from this equation a inverse of this one. So that I need to find inverse of this one. So when I'm finding the inverse of this one, I'm reaching to this level. So 1 upon 2a, alpha 1 alpha j alpha m, beta I beta j beta m, gamma I gamma j gamma m. Now this one is the 2a. So we have already studied this one, that the determinant of these values are the area of a triangles 2 times area of a triangle. So this is the output for finding the inverse of a x matrix, and this x matrix we come from this one. So this is my matrix, x matrix, and this x matrix we have inverse by for getting the value of a by using a displacement value, because some in a equation there is a possibility of the displacement is given but a are not known, and this x are the values of a coordinates, this is the xi coordinate, this is the y I coordinates, xj coordinate, yj coordinate, xm coordinate, and the ym coordinate. So these coordinates are known, this displacement is known, so we can very easily find this a and a other values. So here, by using a cofactor method in of a matrices, we are finding the inverse of this one. Now 2a is equal to that is this value xi into yi into this one. Now how this one 2a value, this is the xi, this is the xi is going away, these values are remain, these are the minors, these are the minors or the cofactors. So yj minus ym. So here you can see that is xi yj minus ym. So similar way we are finding the other values also, and we are getting that values of a inverse matrix. Then once we are finding this inverse matrix, the same way this is the expanded form of the inverse matrix, that is the 1 upon 2a, then a1 a2 a3. Here we are writing that is a is equal to x inverse u, that we have been now, after solving the matrix, we are getting that is a1 a2 a3 is equal to 1 upon 2a alpha I alpha j alpha m, beta I beta j gamma m, gamma I gamma j gamma m. Okay, so this one is a beta m, this is the beta m, and gamma m multiplied by displacement. So this is the expanded form of my matrix. Then similar way I'm calculating the for a4 a5 a6, where the displacement is along y-axis, that is the vi, vj, vm. This equation becomes now the same one, alpha, beta and gamma, alpha, beta and gamma. The method is same, just to reach to this level. Once we are deriving this one, then we are interested to find out the displacement function, that is psi function. So this psi function we are calculating very easily. So this is the u is equal to 1xy into this is my equations, that is a a1 alpha 1 a2 x a3y. So u is equal to 1 upon 2a 1xy. Okay, so this a1 a2 x a3 is calculated, this one is already calculated here, that is a1 a2 a3 is equal to this equation. This is the equation. Now this equation we have added here, now this term, that is the a1 a2, so this term is as it is, 1 upon 2a come from this previous equation. This is the equation. So this is my u function, that is the displacement function. So displacement function one u function is equal to 1 upon 2a 1 upon xi, and these are the changes, that is alpha I ui. This is the multiplication of these two things. This is the row by column multiplication, so alpha I ui, alpha j uj, alpha m vj. Now here see this one, that is the multiplication, alpha I ui plus alpha j vj plus alpha m um. Now in this one, just you see the size of a matrix. This is the 3 by 3 matrix, and this one is 1 by 3 matrix, sorry, 3 by 1 matrix, row multiplied by column, so 3 by 1 matrix. So there is a multiplication is possible because these values are constant, and we are getting 3 by 1 matrix, so 3 rows and 1 column matrix. So here we are getting that is the three parameters, that is these three parameters and and three parameters and the one column, three parameters and one column you are getting here. That when here, that is this is the one term, this is the second term, and this is the third term. Hence we are getting the u matrix. U matrix is equal to 1 upon 2a 1 x and y multiplied by this. These are the values, we are getting. So alpha 1 this one. Once we are getting this one, then we can very easily say that this is the multiplication again, that is row by column, so here the rows are, this matrix is the 1 by 1 row 3 columns, and now this one is the 3 rows and 1 column. So ultimately this is the 3 by 3 matrix, so multiplication is possible, hence we are getting the 1 by 1 means what, 1 row and 1 column. So 1 upon 2a alpha beta x gamma I y into ui. So now see this one, so just it. Okay, now this term multiplied by this term, row multiplied by column, so this one is the constant, this ui is constant, it come out. Then alpha I 1 into alpha I, beta 1 into this one, then the y beta gamma I into y. Similar way this one multiplied by this, similar way this is multiplied by this. So again this is constant, uj is constant, so uj is constant. Then this multiplication, this and this multiplication, so how this way, that is 1 into I, so alpha j, then x is multiplied beta j, so x beta j, then y multiplied by gamma j, so this one is the gamma j. Similarly this is the third multiplication, again this is common, so this one is the common, and rest of the things are the same one, so you are getting a displacement matrix. This displacement matrix I can write this way, that is 1 upon 2a alpha I beta I, that is vi, then this 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 one we are writing for the u direction. You knows this is along the x-axis, along the x-axis, while this one we are writing, this one is writing along the y-axis. So this is my y-axis, this is my y-axis. So for this one again the formula is same one, only the values are, this one is the vi, vj, these are changing, rest of the things are same one. So these are the same one. So this is equal to my n values shape function. So this value is equal to my n1. So ni, that is the shape function. This is my second nj shape function, this is my nj shape function, and this is my nm shape function. Now we have already knowing that what is meant by the shape function. So ni shape function, nj shape function, and nm shape function is this one. These are the values of this my shape function. This, by using this shape function, we can be able to write this one is equal to u and v is equal to ni ui, nj vj, nm vm. Similarly ni vm, nj vj, and nm vj. Hence my psi function, that is the displacement function, is equal to displacement along x-axis, displacement along y-axis is equal to ni ui, nj vj plus nm um. Similar way this one, that is the ni vi, nj vj, and the nm vj. So that my displacement function I can write down, this is the displacement function is equal to psi function is equal to n1 0, nj 0, nm 0, and 0 ni is the matrix form, and this one is the multiplication of this one ui vi, uj vj, um vm. Actually this one is the ui, then this is the vi, this is the vi. So here vi is 0, then this one is the uj uj. So u term comes here, then the v term comes here. So here rest of the things are 0. So that my psi function means displacement function is equal to shape function multiplied by displacement function, because u and v is my displacement function. U and v is my displacement function. So this is my displacement function. So I am writing that my psi function is equal to this value. So finally we are getting our displacement function is equal to shape function multiplied by displacement function. So thank you. Keep in mind next video also relate with this one. Thank you.